Alright, so we're still on problem set 6. We are now on problems 13, 14, and 15. If you look at problems 13 and 14, then you'll notice that the actual number problem on the AP exam for number 13 is 3 and for 14 is 1. I mean, these were a couple of the first problems given, and we talked about how the first problems are the easiest ones. So these two, 13 and 14, are actually going to be very straightforward, should be very simple problems. So for 13 and 14, no u substitutions required, just take the integral. For this one, we'll rewrite it slightly just to say this is x to the negative 2, and then go ahead and take the integral. So do my power rule, add 1, and I'll get x to the negative 1. And then, of course, in front of it, I need to do the reciprocal. Well, the reciprocal of negative 1 is negative 1 from 1 to 2. I'm actually going to rewrite this before I actually start plugging in, because x to the negative 1 is 1 over x. So this is negative 1 over x from 1 to 2. So if I plug in the top number, I get negative 1 over 2 minus, plug in the bottom number, I get negative 1 over 1. So negative 1/2 plus 1. Well, negative 1/2 plus 1, same thing as 1 minus 1/2, which is positive 1/2, which is answer choice C. Number 14. Don't even have to do any rewriting here. Just go ahead and take the integral. So I'll add 1 to my exponents. There's a 1. Add 1 to both exponents. So I get 4, and then x to the third plus 1. So I get x to the fourth. Reciprocal is 1 over 4 minus, oops, 6x squared, reciprocal 1/2, and then of course this is all from 1 to 2. Before I do that, I'm going to simplify this just a little bit and say, well, 4 times 1/4, those just cancel each other out, and I'm left with x to the fourth, minus, well, 6 times 1/2 is 3. 1, 2. Now I'll plug the values in. So 2 to the fourth minus 3 2 squared minus 1 to the fourth minus 3 times 1 squared. Alright. Show not used. We'll try that one. Alright, we'll add 2 to the fourth. Well, 2 to the first power is 2. Squared is 4. Cubed is 8. 16. Minus, that's 4 times 3 is 12. 1 to the fourth power is 1. 1 squared is 1 times 3 is negative 3. 16 minus 12 is 4. Minus 1 minus 3 is negative 2. So that's 4 plus 2, which is 6. And the answer to 14 and 6, that would be C. Answer choice C. 15. Now, this one, you'll notice, is not problem 1 or 3. This is problem 17. A little bit more to this one. If you try to do a u substitution, so if I tried to do u equals x squared plus 1, then I'd say, oh, my du is 2x. Well, I could put a 2 in there, but where is that x going to come from? There's none. And that's because I cannot use a u substitution on this problem. It's actually a little bit more straightforward than that. We're actually going to square that out, meaning we're actually going to do a little bit of algebra. So remember, if I square this out, I'll square the first one, x to the fourth, and then 2 times the second times the first, so plus 2x squared, and then square the last one. Or if you wanted to, you could do x squared plus 1 times squared plus 1 and distribute. Either way, get the same thing. Alright, well, now when I take my integral, I'll say, well, the integral of each of these, I just add 1. So 4 plus 1 is 5, x to the fifth, the reciprocal, 1 over 5. 2 plus 1 is 3, the reciprocal, 1/3. And then, of course, if I do the integral of a constant, I just do that constant times x. So 1 times x plus c. And then if I do a little bit of simplifying on that second term, I'll get plus 2/3 x cubed. And there should only be one answer choice that looks anything close to that, and that's answer choice E.